say thank you so much for joining us today on the Close with Krumroy. This is Ryan Krumroy. As many of you have spoken with me in the past, and you understand I am heavily involved in our finance and accounting practice, primarily working with private equity investors. And today I want to talk with you about the second of what we call our cause. At Charles Aris, our cause is effectively, why are we here? What is our purpose? And we define it in three ways. Number one is we change lives, we transform businesses, and we enrich communities through executive search. Today, I want to talk with you about transforming businesses. In the 17 years that I've been with our firm, one of the things that I've had a chance to see us do is truly transform the trajectories and the outcomes of a good number of businesses. And while I can't share names and I can't get too specific here on examples, I think I can share with you a couple examples of things that would probably be pretty telling. And to be fair with you, maybe at some point in the future, we can help transform your business or a business that you'll be with in the future. So a number of years ago, about 2016, 2017, 2018 kind of time frame, we had a client of ours headquartered in the Midwest that we received a phone call from. This was a business that was doing maintenance type of services for smaller ticket kind of transactions. Okay, so they had acquired through the years a number of different locations, dozens of different locations. And the business was purchased by a private equity investor. Turns out the private equity investor was shocked just a short while after, a number of weeks after they had purchased this business. They were really taken off guard by the financial standing of the business. So much so that I'm not sure the internal conversations that took place in this private equity firm, but they realized very quickly that they had purchased something that they really did not expect that they had purchased, a very different company. And 45 days in, maybe 60 days in, they washed their hands and walked away with a loss in the tens of millions of dollars. At that point, effectively, our client became the party that had effectively lent them capital. And I was asked at that point to come in and find a CFO that could help stabilize a rather rocky circumstance, work through some really tense cash flow challenges as well, and instill confidence in a business that maybe had been misappropriately represented or had been sold with maybe not full disclosure. I don't know what the circumstance was there, but I certainly know that the investor walking away with a loss in the tens of millions of dollars less than 2 months in, it had a mess on their hands. So we did what we always do, and we hit the market. We sought out the right folks that would have the right risk tolerance to take on a situation like this. Brought in a CFO, and lo and behold, a couple years in to that CFO's time frame, he and the CEO and another individual ended up purchasing that business from effectively the lender. And they took ownership over the business. And were really able to have some solid growth through COVID. They maintained all the headcount for the company. They continue to grow the organization and are in a nice position to have a very attractive business for at some point should they decide that they want to sell the organization. Now, I can't take ownership of this. We played an important part for sure, but the rank and file within that organization, certainly the CFO and the CEO that was there already, they had a huge amount to do with it. But it was absolutely my honor to help play a role in helping to transform that business from one of despondency and despair into a situation of hope and candidly promise, and now today true value. Also had a situation that was quite different than that. Just a handful of years ago, I had a client of mine that was purchasing a business that had sat stagnant for the last 4 or 5 years. Really hadn't grown, hadn't shrunk. It was just kind of maintaining status quo. And the investor came to us and said, "Look, we purchased this business. We're long enough in this situation. We've come through the COVID period of time, and we're ready to really pour some growth into this situation. We need you to find us a CEO that will really bring some creative ideas to the table." So the CEO that we placed had an opportunity to really take a look at the operation that he had and cross-train a number of those professionals within the organization to deploy them out into customers in different verticals. And what ended up happening, he took some gambles here with what he wanted to do. And within 12 months, they doubled the size of the organization, absolutely transforming it, where they had generated more EBITDA in 12 months than they had in the prior 4 years combined. He's still there. He's got one heck of a business right now and couldn't be happier for really what's playing out within that particular business. All right, folks, that's just a couple examples of things that we've done in the past to helping transform businesses. There's plenty of other examples out there as well. And I'm more than happy to talk with you if you should need help in transforming your business. Thank you so much for tuning into The Close with Krumroy. Hope you've enjoyed this episode this month. I hope you will listen to the February edition as well, because we're going to cover the last of our cause during that particular episode. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts as well. Feel free to call me with any comments. Have a great week.